is Jessa. Today I'm going to show you how to create your own personalized notebook. Now there are various ways to bind a book. Some examples are the sewn binding, perfect binding, spiral binding, and a few others. But I will be using what I call cross-lace binding. I chose this technique because you can do it at home, it's not too difficult, and most likely will be done within a day. Now let's get started. The first step to our project is gathering all the needed supplies. You will need the following: a spiral-bound notebook of any size, a pair of pliers and wire cutters, 2 binder clips, a large piece of tag board or thick cardboard, something large enough to create 2 covers and 1 template, a utility knife or cardboard cutter, a straight-edge ruler, a pencil or colored pen, decoration supplies like fabric, stamps, scrapbook paper, or anything you want, liquid glue and a small paintbrush, a hand drill, binding supplies like thick twine, leather ribbon, doubled up thread, or something similar to these. And lastly, you can add on a charm or button, which is completely optional. Take your spiral-bound notebook and locate the end of the wire binding and begin to uncurl the wire using the pliers. Once you have straightened the end of the wire out, cut it with the wire cutters. Now start to spin the wire binding off the notebook paper, and then place a binder clip on the top and bottom of the stack of notebook paper. We don't want the pages to start running away while working on step 3. Place the tag board or cardboard down on the floor and trace out the measurements you want for your 2 covers, the front and the back. Keep in mind that the covers need to be at least 1/4 of an inch longer than the notebook paper on all sides. You may want to use a straight edge ruler when measuring and tracing to ensure straight lines. Once the lines are traced, take out the knife and begin cutting out the 2 covers. This can be somewhat difficult and time consuming, but you can do it. Now you need to create a template. You can do this by using the measurements from one of the covers. This piece needs to be the same length as the covers, but only 1 inch wide. This is what you should have after cutting the board. This is where you turn the plain notebook into a customized artwork that resembles you, so have fun with it. First, pick out what materials you want to use for your theme. This time I'm only using scrapbook paper, but you can use this exact same method for fabric too. Cut out the pieces you want and decide where to place them. Now place a generous amount of glue on the cover and smear it evenly with a small paintbrush. Then position the paper where you want it and press down. Continue this with each overlaying piece until the cover is completely decorated. Repeat this method with the other cover. Take the template you made and place a spare piece of notebook paper on top, lining up the holes with the template. Now pencil in every other hole onto the template, remembering to skip the first hole. Place the 2 covers on top of each other and put the template on top, positioning it where you want the holes to be on your book. Try to clamp everything together or hold it steady, and slowly begin to drill a hole all the way through the template to the bottom cover. Continue this until all the holes are created. You may need to trim the excess material off with a knife afterwards. Place the top cover on the stack of notebook paper while keeping the clips on the paper, and put the stack upon the bottom cover. Try lining up all the holes, and it's time for the final step. Choose your binding material, whether it is ribbon, twine, thread, or what I'm using here, leather ribbon. Take the end of the ribbon and push it through the top hole until you have half of the ribbon on both sides of the hole. Take the top end of the ribbon and cross it over to the opposite side, or the back of the book, and place it into the first open hole, pulling it all the way through to the front of the book again. From here, continue crossing the ribbon back over to the opposite side, but from now on, push it through every other hole. You can also start alternating between the two ends of ribbon, creating a crisscross pattern all the way down the spine of the book. Once you get to the last hole, tie off the ribbon with a small knot. This is where you can try an optional part of the project by stringing a charm or button onto one of the ribbon ends and creating a final knot to secure it. This will give your notebook an extra decorative aspect to it. And then guess what? You are finally done. Now you can write in it or display it or give it away as a gift. Whatever you want, you created it and you should be proud. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this project.